Hi.
Hola.
Hi, hier ist Mr. Döse.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Adidas Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit in the latest Stellar Pack colorway. Now inside the box, along with the shoes, you do get a string bag. You can see it's a black perforated mesh with black strings and does feature the Adidas and Ace logos there on the front in white. Of course, along with that bag, you do get the shoes themselves, which I have right here, and what I think is a very good looking colorway. And of course, in today's video, we are going to take a detailed look at the colorway itself. We're going to talk tech specs, performance, take a look at the weight of the shoe, as well as take a look at how these things fit and feel on feet. So if you are interested in learning more about this particular colorway of the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit, stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair for yourself, there'll be a little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you will find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $225 retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair, a little pop-up on screen, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. Starting off with the colorway, this is of course the Stellar Pack version of the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit. And I'm personally just a big fan of the color combo they use for the Stellar Pack in general. White and black always goes good together. And then the little bit of gold that they added, I just think looks really, really good on this particular shoe. So the upper is PrimeKnit, it's a knitted material, and you can see it's a combination of white and like a very, very light gray, which honestly isn't all that noticeable from a distance, but you do see it up close. You have black Adidas stripes that run through the midfoot. You can see it's gloss black at the bottom and then transitions into a matte black. That matte black is consistent through the middle area here, where you have fuse on top of the PrimeKnit, and then of course wraps all the way to the medial side as well. You have black in the laces that have some gold speckling to it, which is actually very nice. You have the black PrimeKnit prime cut collar, which looks good against the white background of the majority of the upper. And then you have a metallic gold accent in the form of what kind of looks like gold flakes in the form of a snakeskin pattern that kind of fades from the heel into the forefoot area that I just think looks really, really good. It's a nice little detail. You have it on both the lateral and medial side. In the middle right here, they have the non-stop grip branding in metallic gold as well. A gold Adidas logo there on the back. And then of course you do have the gold heel counter that transitions into the sole plate, which is all gold as well, with translucent black studs and black detailing here on the bottom. None of this is wearable, by the way. This is going to remain the same for the entire lifespan of the shoe. It won't chip off like you'll find from the Pure Control variation or any of the Plus models from the Adidas lineup that, like I said, have kind of a metallic gold color on this in this particular situation that will wear off over time. That is not the case with these. So all in all, I think this is a very, very good looking colorway. My personal favorite of everything they've done so far for the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. When it comes to performance, the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit is one of my personal favorite shoes from Adidas at the moment. I know a lot of people will automatically ask, what is your preference, the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit or the Ace 16 Plus Pure Control, the laceless model? And I'll say this, I much prefer the Ace 16.1 PrimeKnit. It fits better, it's a lot more comfortable, and it really eliminates all the issues that I have with the Pure Control variation that, in all honesty, while they are similar concepts, they're actually entirely different shoes that'll offer a completely different experience. Now, of course, in today's video, we're gonna go over the tech specs that you should know about these, but if you want a little bit more info or just wanna see the shoes in action, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my playtest video that you can go ahead and watch if you haven't seen it already. Now, the upper is obviously a knitted material. PrimeKnit which is a nice soft kind of sock-like type material on your foot, especially in the forefoot and toe box area. It's not overly thick, it's not overly thin. It does have kind of a nice, slightly padded sensation. I would say leaning more towards the thinner side of things, but definitely not what I would consider to be a barefoot feel. And then for structure, they added Adidas stripes running through the midfoot. Now these Adidas stripes aren't just there for branding, they're actually a thicker kind of TPU plastic material fused directly to the surface of the upper. So when you do pull the laces tight, you can see the stripes line up exactly with the lace holes. It does really do a good job of kind of holding your foot in place and just giving you that nice locked in sensation. The one downside is that because it is kind of a very, I guess, wider tape band in terms of how they're actually angled on your foot, you'll find that if you tie the laces too tight from the through the midfoot, especially at first, the first couple of wears, you may experience a little bit of foot cramping through the midfoot where you're gonna have to loosen your laces once you do experience that. But that's something that you do get used to pretty quickly. And for most people, it's something you only experience for the first couple of wears. At least that was the case with me. As far as the rest of the upper is concerned, you do have non-stop grip dots running throughout the entire upper. You can't really see them against the white, it's kind of difficult, but you can see them a little bit more clearly there on the black part through the middle. That's supposed to be their wet control element. And just like AZC from Nike, it's one of those things that, in all honesty, I don't really notice as too much of a feature in regards to actual performance. So not a make or break feature in my opinion. Moving on to the midfoot area or the center of the shoe, you do have a central lacing system with all these little cutouts there. And again, they tout that as a control feature that's going to allow for a cleaner kind of striking surface through the laces. But again, not something that I think is super noticeable while you're actually wearing the shoe. You do have kind of a standard cut at the heel, at least in terms of what you can actually see where the PrimeKnit upper is cut. And then it transitions, they added this extension piece, which is an elasticated PrimeKnit material that is their prime cut collar. So the shoe is technically mid-cut in terms of visually how it looks, but honestly it fits and feels like a low-cut shoe. The collar itself, no ankle support here. It doesn't really wrap your ankle all that closely depending on the shape of your ankle. And again, it's just elasticated material that extends from the side of the shoe that looks the part but doesn't really offer any kind of performance benefit. You will find that internally it is a nice knitted material lining the majority of the inside of the shoe, and then at the very base of the liner there is kind of a synthetic material, so it's not slippery against your socks, which is a very good thing. The insole is fully removable. It features a mesh liner on top, a little bit of perforations, and it's just a single layer of this black foam. Fairly thin, nothing too fancy, but it does get the job done. And then moving on to the outsole, you will have a built-in heel counter, one-piece external sprint frame, which is of course the name of this sole plate heel counter combination. You get this on pretty much all of the top end models from Adidas at the moment. It's a TPU plastic material, has some decent flexibility to it through the forefoot and toe box area. Your stiffener bars running through the midfoot, and then of course their FG-AG stud pattern. In the case of the Ace line, they call it the Ground Control 2.0 stud pattern. But again, it's the exact same layout you're gonna find across all the current Adidas silos. The only difference is gonna be the shape of the studs, where on the Ace line, you can see that they are all conical in shape, which does work quite well. There's not a huge difference between any of the Adidas stud patterns at the moment in regards to performance. This does offer a little bit more kind of freedom to twist and pivot when you actually are playing in the shoes and your foot is planted. But for the most part, if you've worn an Adidas stud pattern in the last couple of years, you kind of have an idea of what to expect with these. They get the job done, but it certainly isn't anything exceptional. One thing worth noting, again, it is an FG-AG stud pattern. Definitely more geared towards firm ground in my opinion. Works very well on natural grass. Does work on artificial grass as well, although not what I would consider to be a true AG stud pattern. That said, if you are only looking to buy one pair of shoes and you do frequently play on natural and artificial grass, any of the Adidas models at the moment, the Messi, the Ace, or the X lines, all offer FG-AG stud patterns, so that is definitely something worth considering. As far as weight is concerned, the 16.1 PrimeKnit as part of the Ace line is a relatively lightweight shoe. For the sake of this video, I'm going to weigh them for you today in real time using this scale. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. I'm going to throw them on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 7.9 ounces, the equivalent of 223 grams. So they're just under the 8-ounce mark. For comparison's sake, that is a little bit lighter than the Pure Control by about 0.3 to 0.4 ounces, and it's kind of on par in weight to that of a Nike Hypervenom Phantom 2. So again, not a heavy shoe by any means, not super lightweight either, but light enough to where they aren't going to feel heavy on your feet at all. All right, so here is a look at the A16.1 PrimeKnits on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock black laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot, I have a pair of white reflective SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com, which you can access by clicking the link down below in the description, or there'll be a little pop-up on screen. So if you are at all interested, be sure to go ahead and check that out. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, they're pretty comfortable shoes out of the box. Again, while it does have a mid-cut look, it doesn't have a mid-cut feel in the heel area, which is a very good thing. So comfort feels fairly normal. Nothing really to get used to, nothing really to break in. So that's definitely a very good thing. The PrimeKnit material, especially in the forefoot and toe box area, just feels super soft and very natural on your foot. Does have that sock-like sensation. Like I mentioned earlier, the only part of the shoe that you're really gonna have to get used to is the midfoot area where the Adidas stripes are. It does have a firmer sensation through the midfoot because of those Adidas stripes reinforcement. And again, you may experience some foot cramping depending on how tight you tie them and just how the shoes fit your feet in general. But that's something that, again, you loosen the laces a little bit as soon as you feel some discomfort, and it should go away, and it's something you should get used to pretty quickly in the shoes. As far as width is concerned, it does have a more snug fit, mainly through the midfoot. The forefoot and toe box area, I would say, is a little bit more forgiving. So not super wide. If you have really wide feet, especially through the midfoot, you're not gonna get much stretch out of these shoes with those kind of reinforced Adidas stripes. But I will say that these still will fit most people for the most part. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. All right, guys, that's it for my review of the Stellar Pack Adidas A16.1 PrimeKnit. If you guys are interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can go ahead and check out the review page on my website, which will be the first link down below, or you can click the little eye in the corner of the screen. And of course, on that page, you will find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these guys up below their normal $225 retail price. If you have any questions regarding the shoe, leave them down below in the comments, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked in the description as well. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.